and gentlemen, welcome to the Blackfire Technical Analysis YouTube channel. I am your host, Crypto Bro, back at it again with another edition of the daily live stream, and boy, oh boy, do we have plenty to talk about. Just want to give everybody a heads up. Anybody that watches the channel knows the news. My dad passed away, and I have been struggling with some of my own emotions. I know I said it yesterday, or was it Tuesday? At this point, I don't remember. I know that this is the second stream that I was able to provide for you guys this week. I do want to apologize for it, but at the same time, I'm not sorry. When something like that happens, you got to take time to heal. You got to take time for yourself. I'm still in the process of taking that time, but my being refuses to miss any more streams. I wanted to remain perfect as far as the content provided is concerned, but things happen. Life happens. Sometimes you have to take a step back. Sometimes you have to recenter your chi, recenter your focus, mourn, obviously, especially if someone passes away. Go through the grieving process. Give yourself some time to heal before you hop back into it. Again, I do want to let everybody know that I am still in that healing process. This is a very, very, very fresh wound, but nonetheless, I will try to provide the cleanest analysis still that I possibly can provide for you guys. I do want to shout everybody out that's shown me support, even those that aren't a subscriber to the channel. Lots of family, lots of friends coming to me in the past week, announcing their condolences and showing some love. I do appreciate that, everybody, and I appreciate everybody that's in the Blackfire Technical Analysis community, as none of this would be as awesome as it is without you guys. So anybody that's watching, anybody that's new coming through, anybody that's current member, thank you for supporting such a cause, and thank you for being a part of the community from the deepest portions of my heart. Now, with that being said, we do have plenty to discuss. We do have some requests. I got 4 of them to knock out tonight, and any potential requests. I do see we have a viewer. I believe it's Chris. What's going on, brother? Hope you're doing well. If you have any requests, you know what to do. Drop them in that comment section. I will most definitely get to it tonight. But holy shit! Wouldn't you fucking know it? We got some signals flashing off today, don't we? So let's talk about them. He said drink that H2O. Motherfucker! I'm drinking liquor tonight. I don't even have my water bottle in here. That reminds me. Thank you for reminding me. I actually gotta go grab that shit real quick. I do get dry mouth really easily, and I'm not trying to drink until after the stream. Oh, where mine at? I don't provide liquor for anybody, man. I'm a greedy piece of shit. I'm a greedy piece of shit. But nonetheless, we got some analyzing to do. I'm not looking at being on here for, a whole hour and a half tonight, so we're gonna go ahead and get this ball game going. Woo! Signs that I'm out of shape. Walk to the kitchen, walk back, out of breath. We're going to start with NASDAQ here. NASDAQ, in my opinion, we have a trade. We have a trade. Now, obviously, we're going to be looking for some confidence to be added to that trade, because we do have a couple of conflicting indications here. But first and foremost, what do we see? Bounce off of support after confirming a slightly lower low. Boom. Reversal back above the 21 exponential, forcing the exponential back to a positive slope here. Now looking for continuation towards that 16,430 resistance. What happens from here? Momentum oscillators are both in neutral perspectives right now. Again, we do have a fresh cross here of the exponential, with the exponential being forced to a positive slope. And again, another major signal with RSI crossing back above the 50 read in confluence with that secondary candle closure above the 21 exponential here. Right off the bat, you guys, I'm going to be honest with you again. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, but I would open a fucking trade right here. I would absolutely open a trade right here and look for continuation to the first target, again, being the current resistance. Some could argue close enough is close enough. I would say yeah, but with the momentum that we've seen built up right now, I would be looking for more of a push to potentially break current resistance unless proven otherwise, right? Now, obviously, we are in... Fuck, as I lose my voice here, I do apologize. Oh, 2 viewers. Hello, other viewer. As we are in the context of a consolidation phase, again, I don't need to point out the evidence that this is consolidation, you guys. We have 1 point of resistance, 1 point of support, where price action relies, remains within, right? We haven't seen a break of support. We haven't seen a break of resistance. This is NASDAQ. This is the NASDAQ 100 E-mini futures, which is like the index of like the top, what I'm gonna get. I don't know the correct number for this, but I'm guessing that it's the index for the top 3,000 technology stocks put into one index. So we're looking at the first 3 things that I always look at are the indexes that I pay most attention to here: NASDAQ, SPY futures, and Dow Jones Industrial Average. But an index is basically a compilation of like some 3,000 of the biggest tech companies, in the world, compiled into one. So we're basically seeing the ebb and flow of all 3,000 of those companies in one singular index, which is why I believe it's extremely important to pay attention to indexes. Because if you're paying attention to a tech, if you're paying attention to NASDAQ and NASDAQ is bullish, most likely the stock that you're looking at is also to be bullish, so long as it's tied to NASDAQ. And same thing with SPY futures. If SPY futures is bearish, likely the companies that are tied to SPY futures are likely to shadow as bearish as well. So that's why I cover all the indexes, because the indexes give me a general feeling of the overall market before I get into like individual stocks, individual cryptocurrencies, and so on. But with NASDAQ here, obviously you guys know what I'm going to say. It is consolidation until proven otherwise. We do have the evidence here to open a position, in my opinion. Again, secondary candle closure after the initial break of the 21 exponential, with the 21 exponential being forced to a positive slope in confluence with RSI breaking the 50 read and the exponential together at the same time, essentially. But here's the conflicting indicator. Right, we're seeing a little bit of weakness here at the 50 read from a stochastics perspective. Yes, the exponential is positive, but we could see something different, right? We could see this consolidation phase continue to play out, especially if we reject current resistance here. Any rejection of 16,430, and I'm going to be looking for price action to come all the way down to the bottom side of the range once again and continue playing out this consolidation phase. Now, let's talk about potential conditions for the latter. Any candle closure above 16,430, I'm going to be looking for a secondary candle closure to confirm the breakout point before looking for the 2.272 Fibonacci extension target, somewhere around 17,280 to 17,300 would be the general target to the upside that I'm looking for here, again, if confirmed. Now, to the downside, again, we have confirmed a trade above the 21 exponential, but statistically, not every trade is going to play out. It is just as likely we see price action come up to current resistance, reject it, and come down to the bottom side support at 15,007. Any candle closure below 15,007 with a secondary candle closure to confirm it, and then the next target becomes this down here at 15,003, right? And that would just be more confirmation of downtrend continuation, which we already have evidence of here already, right? We do have a downtrend, right? All-time high followed by lower lows, followed by a lower high, followed by yet another lower low. While we see price action remain in the context of a range, in the context of a consolidation period here, that does not take away from the formula of a potential downtrend. And again, this is a confirmed downtrend. While it's not as aggressive as many downtrends seem to be, we could easily print yet another lower high right here. We could actually see price action come back below the 21 exponential right now to confirm yet another lower high, and that would just outline the conditions necessary for continuation to new lows, and that target is 15,003 here. But again, with a couple of conflicting indicators, the most important thing that I'm going to be paying attention to right now is the price action, right? The candlesticks. Well, I do believe we have the context for an open position, an open long position on this price action chart here. Remember, risk management is the most important fundamental factor in protecting your assets. Just because I'm taking a trade does not mean I'm not planning to lose on this trade, right? As a trader, man, as someone, reading technical analysis, as someone who plays with lines and charts and things, you have to recognize, number one, risk management is the most important thing. And number two, you are never fucking right. My opinion is completely invalid, right? I could always tell you guys what I think is going to happen, but you better bet your bottom dollar I'm not executing my plan based off of what I think. What you think doesn't matter. Please remember that. What the chart does, what price action does, the evidence that you perceive from that chart is what truly matters. Your opinion doesn't fucking matter. Whether you think it's going up or whether you think it's coming down does not matter. Taking the evidence that is provided to you and making decisions based off of that is what matters. So the 21 exponential remains my singular point of decision making here, right? Because again, we could easily see rejection. We could easily see a lower high, which would add to my confidence that this is a downtrend in formulation. And I would be targeting that 15,003 level, right? Or this plays out, right? This plays out as a legitimate trade to take. We break resistance, confirm new tentative support, and see extension towards the 2.272, all within the realm of possibilities. Or we see this just continue to range between these two horizontal support and resistance levels. Until one of those breaks, though, again, confidence to the upside, not really there, right? I can't say yes, I'm absolutely confident that this is going to new all-time highs unless I see a breakout, right? And the breakout point is current resistance at 16,430. Well, I am confident, again, based off of my trading rules, that continuation is the likely outcome. I am still planning for the opposition, right? I'm still planning for this to range, and I'm still planning for this to decline. And I have things lined up to protect my assets if it so happens that the trade does not play in my favor. And guess what? No matter what trade that I'm in, I am only losing 2% of that trade. That's it. Take that as you will. That's kind of where I'm going to leave NASDAQ. It's likely not the same for SPY futures, though, actually closing on new all-time highs. Holy shit! Awesome confluence here. RSI, boom, bouncing up the 50 read, bouncing back above the exponential. Now, obviously, this is not the picture of perfect health and fitness right now, in my opinion, but nonetheless, we got a critical signal here. I want to see what happens, right? I want to see what happens next. We do see stochastics here kind of going in a limp after a fresh cross to the upside. Not the best signal, right? We could have bearish divergence in formulation here, but nothing confirming bearish divergence yet. What I'm looking for here is to see if this breakout point confirms as new tentative support. And if it does so, tomorrow, and only tomorrow, I'm going to be looking for extension to the 1.272 Fibonacci extension, somewhere around 48.22.25, give or take a few dollars here or there. But that would be the general target to the upside, unless we get some, quick confirmation of bearish divergence, at which point I would look for another retest of current support at 46.25.25. Now, we can see the rising lows here on this diagonal trend line. The macro is not going to be the subject of conversation because we all know that the macro is still intact. Nothing from a macro perspective is at danger just yet unless we take out the current low here. We do have a new change of behavior position, in my opinion here, with this new low being confirmed. Any closures below 45.70 will convince me of an actual change of behavior, and I would have no choice but to look for target tests lower towards the $4,500 region or the prior low, right? After that, I would look for bounces and I would look for some kind of downtrend to potentially formulate, but this one closed on new all-time highs. I can't be bearish on anything that closes on new all-time highs. So until proven otherwise, I am going to be looking for this breakout point to potentially confirm as new tentative support. And if that condition is confirmed, I will be very confident that the probability of extending to the 1.272 will be increased, in my opinion. Again, this isn't financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just stating my own speculative opinion of the market, but that is my speculative opinion on the market here. We do, again, have some conflicting indications from stochastics, just like NASDAQ, but I would imagine if this one does confirm the breakout point as support and continues, NASDAQ likely does the same. And that's kind of going to wrap it up. Again, from the macro perspective, we still look good, especially closing on new all-time highs. So as far as the macro bearish perspective, there is none. We still maintain structure on the macro diagonal trend line of peace and prosperity for the bull market. And until proven otherwise, I am bullish on all time frames for SPY futures. We're going to go ahead and move on. Take a look at Dixie. Playing out that consolidation once again. Now even more interesting, we got a fresh candle closure below the 21 exponential here on the US dollar index, and boom, a secondary candle closure. And not only a secondary candle closure, but a candle closure of rejection below the 21 exponential here, which improves my confidence for the downside. Again, a couple of conflicting indications here. RSI, very telling that there's downside pressure here. As soon as we broke the exponential out of the bullish control zone, we utilized that exponential that was in a negative slope as tentative resistance literally this entire time so far. And now just confirming new lows, right? Now looking at price action here, yes, we are in a consolidation phase, but guess what? Boom. We got our first confirmation below the 21 exponential since here. Right here was the last time we confirmed below the 21. Now, that's not to say, again, that I am absolutely bearish. I am by no means bearish, long-term bearish on this asset. All this tells me, to be quite honest with you, is, hey, a pullback, a pullback could happen, right? Any candle closure below 95 spot 80, I would say 95.88. I would look for full and continued retracements towards the diagonal, towards the diagonal trend line of peace and prosperity, and likely even a stab down to the horizontal support at 94 spot 55. But again, we have this beautiful macro trend line of support here, holding this formation. Beautiful price action stuff right here. Higher lows. Could we get yet another higher low here? Question mark. It's very possible. And unless that trend line breaks to the downside, I am going to remain macro bullish. Now, for the short and medium term time frames, no, absolutely. I'm going to be looking for pressure on the current support at 95 spot 88 here. And if that does, confirm broken, we have our target to the downside. Now, just as easily as it could break, it could also easily continue playing consolidation here. Although the 21 doesn't look delicious, it's not the picture of health and fitness. We could see a test of 95 spot 88 once again, and a bounce all the way back up to current resistance. Until the consolidation breaks, I am fully convinced that we will remain in a consolidation phase until proven otherwise, right? Again, it's all about objective evidence. It's about building a case. We already have a couple of indications for the 21 trade, and to be quite honest with you, if I am trading the 21, my specific rule set for my trading strategy says no matter fucking what, trade it blindly, sell shorts on the confirmation of the secondary candle closure below the 21. So right off the bat, per my trading rules here, I am looking objectively to the downside, but again, that doesn't mean it has to happen that way. It could bounce and it could break the current resistance at 96 spot 70, and if that condition is met, I will look for extension to that $97.60. What was it? $97.70, which is like a whole more than $1 up right now. But that condition would be the next target to the upside if this one comes to a resolution to the upside. Again, momentum oscillators not painting the picture of upside continuation, right? We got a lower high on stochastics, we have a downtrend on RSI, and we have a confirmation closure below the 21. Again, my bias is to the downside, and that's why I try to remember to remind you guys that my biased opinion doesn't matter. What matters is what the chart's telling me, and right now, what the chart's telling me is that we have a trade below the 21 to take. So that's how I'm going to read the US dollar index here. We're going to go ahead and move on. Hall of Fame, not much to update here. Same disposition. Now we do have a little bit of a rounding bottom, potentially in formation. We do see momentum oscillators starting to curl back up just a little bit, but guess what? No low has been confirmed and no trade has been confirmed. I remain bearish for the $1.4746 target until proven otherwise. And as that 21 exponential pulls closer and closer to price action, that point of proven otherwise could happen sooner or later, right? Any closure above the 21 exponential here, I would look for extension to the current high, which is this red horizontal resistance at $2.17. But even so, even with a trade above the 21, I am not convinced of any actual momentum unless we confirm new highs, right? And that condition would be candle closures above $2.17, which would be confirmation of price action closing on new highs, at which point I would look for price action to confirm a higher low. Now, we could print new highs at 217 and confirm new lows, right? That's possible. To get an uptrend, you got to remember higher highs and higher lows, right? You need both. We just don't have both yet. We don't have anything yet. We have only what I've been stating for quite some time. Oh no. Yeah, rejecting. We're rejecting resistance here at $1.80. We're still, closing below. Although we do see rising pressure, right? We do see rising pressure, and we do see momentum oscillators, moving to the upside. Nothing's confirmed. Nothing's confirmed. I'm a confirmation trader at the end of the day, you guys. And looking at this chart, we're still below the 21. We're still below resistance. We see only slight momentum, right? This isn't strength. What I'm seeing here isn't strength. Unless it breaks to the upside. As long as we remain below $1.80, I'm always going to be looking for that $1.47 target to the downside. But again, it could easily reverse to the upside just as easily as it could come down, right? That's why we look for objective evidence of what's really going on in this market. And the objective evidence at the current moment in time is we're below the 21, and as long as we're below the 21, I am looking for price action to continue to the downside. Now, if we do break above the 21, yes, while I do believe a trade could be taken, I am still not convinced of bullish momentum until we see higher highs, right? And we've seen this in the charts before, right? We've seen these consolidations to the downside, get a little bit of a bottom here, boom, back above the 21 exponential, psych, just kidding, fuck you, lower high, downtrend. Oh shit, play around with the 21 right here. Just kidding. Lower high. Lower high. Lower high. Lower high, question mark? Unless we get a higher high, I have no bullish perspective. I am full-blown bearish. This one is in a bear market until proven otherwise. That's going to do it for the Hall of Fame, guys. What's next? Bitcoin. Bitcoin! Breaking the 21 exponential, forcing the 21 exponential to a positive slope. I am looking at this candle today. And if we get this confirmation candle above the 21 exponential, we will have confirmed, well, we already have confirmed new highs, but we'll have confirmed a trade here. Major signals being identified, in my opinion, on this price action chart at the current moment in time. Let's go ahead and identify them. 50 read, consider it broken. Oh my god, why are they that color? $50 read, consider it broken. RSI, rounding bottom, back above the exponential, forcing it to a positive slope. I like it. I do like this one. I do like this one for a potential position opening up. This could prove to be our macro structural higher low. Again, while I was very nervous towards continuation to that macro change of behavior point at 40,700, that has not happened. We have actually seen a possibility to see this confirm as a macro higher low. If we get this continuation above this point here, more importantly, if we get a confirmation above the 21 exponential, we likely see RSI dip towards a break of that 50 read here, which would basically align a perfect case, in my opinion, for a position. But again, I trade the 21 exponential here. I'm looking for today to close above the 21 exponential. And no matter what the momentum oscillators are telling me, if we do get that confirmation above the 21 exponential here today, I am going to be looking for continuation to $53,200 and likely higher. If this one serves as a macro structural higher low, you have to kind of consider the potential for all-time highs in the cryptocurrency market. It looks like the cryptocurrency market could see a big, bad, and disgusting boom. And that one spot 272 Fibonacci extension target at 75,000 could become relevant once again, ladies and gentlemen. But remember, that's just hype. That's just mental masturbation, right? What am I really looking for? I'm really looking for each level up until that point to be broken, to add confidence to any trade that I take. Yes, the first level is a 21 exponential here. I will open up a position come today in 17 hours and 50 minutes. I will open a position at 7 p.m. if this candle closure confirms above the 21. This is what a setup looks like. Anybody trading and they want to trade the 21, this is what a setup looks like. You don't buy the initial break of the 21. That doesn't mean shit unless we get confirmation. If we get confirmation here today, that's your setup. Not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. But from my perspective, this is a juicy setup, and I'm ready to take it. I am absolutely ready to take it upon confirmation closure. Now, again, just as easily as we could see a candle closure above to confirm, we could also see rejection. And if we do reject the 21 exponential, which would be below $49,800, I would look for full continuation all the way back down to $46,500 and a likely lower. And I say likely lower because this would just confirm as a structural lower high, and I would have no choice but to start looking for fib levels to the downside. Obviously, the first one being like 43.6, and then the macro change of behavior point at 40,007. But momentum oscillators are pointing up. We could potentially be looking at a macro high or low. If we do confirm above the 21 today, I will be looking for the next horizontal at 53,001. And until we see some more time, that's kind of where I'm going to leave Bitcoin. We could be seeing a little bit of a reversal here, and we could be confirming macro continuation. Again, macro lows being as follows: 1, 2, and 3 as a potential, all higher than before. So as long as price action is doing something like this, I'm going to be looking to the north. What does that mean for what? AVAX. We're going to do AVAX. AVAX USD for today. Ah, shit. This one already confirming, right? Already confirming above the 21. Oh, shit. Already confirming above the 21 here. Playing around, consolidating around resistance, support. I'd say support. Break, rejected. Now, looking to confirm support. We do have a fresh cross here of our stochastics. Lower high, yeah, lower high. We could be... No bearish divergence. No bearish divergence on the daily, but I don't like that fresh cross here, the stochastics. I do like RSI a little bit, but again, showing some weakness here. This could formulate to be a lower high in conjunction with the all-time high, so that is a possibility. But if we do close above this breakout point here and confirm it as new support, I would have no choice but to look for the all-time high resistance as the next tentative target, somewhere around 135.70. Dyslexia is fun. However, if we reject, right, we don't confirm this as support and see continuation all the way down to the 21 exponential, and God forbid below the 21 exponential, we likely have ourselves a lower high in formation, and I would be looking for targets much lower than $97. I'd actually be looking for the current low to be tested if that is to be met here, if that is to be confirmed, somewhere around 79.20. But with the way price action is right now, we're kind of consolidating. We're kind of doing this tight, rangy stuff around this potential support. Again, not confirmed as support. We got the initial break, and then a rejection, and then a break, and then question mark. This could be rejection, or this could confirm support, but until we confirm it as support, I'm going to be kind of skeptical that this one, that this one continues to the upside. But that's kind of going to do it for AVAX. Macro perspective, looks really good. Looks really good. This one's actually, really, really fucking good. AVAX is pretty good. It's pretty good, bro. It's pretty good, bro. It's pretty good, bro. It's pretty good. You gotta trade it. You gotta put all your money into it. I'm gonna put my $500 worth of Bitcoin in the AVAX. No, I'm just kidding. This one actually does look really good, to be quite honest with you. But again, I don't like I don't like stochastics looking like it wants to confirm a lower high. I don't like how weak RSI looks here because, again, we are seeing some movement to the upside. But anytime you see movement like that to the upside, but the RSI is like meh, right, weak, meh. it kind of tells you that the momentum to the upside isn't real, right? It's not true momentum. Here's an example of true fucking momentum. Let's look at right here. Here's an example of true momentum here. Stochastics, boom, and RSI, boom, right? That's a huge move, huge momentum, true momentum, etc., etc. But with this little bounce off the diagonal trend line of peace and prosperity, we got some decent price action movement here to the upside, but it's like, meh, limpy, limp dick. So in my opinion, the thing that I would be paying attention to the most on this one here is confirmation. If we do get confirmation above this this horizontal question mark, right at 120, it would flip to new tentative support, and I would look for continuation up. But if we continue to reject it and we continue to confirm it as resistance, the only thing I have to say is look for the next support to the downside at 95, 95.70, and if that condition is met, we likely confirm a lower high in price action, which is not going to be a good thing overall, in my opinion. But until that condition is met, that's where I'm going to leave AVAX. Pepsi is the next one. PEP likely reversing, just like NASDAQ. Actually not as strong as NASDAQ, but confirming a low on the 21 exponential. This is what I don't like. RSI below the exponential. Exponential has a weak negative slope, but we're still holding support. We're still holding the 21. As long as we're above the 21 exponential, I will be looking for that continuation all the way to the 2.272 at 196. But I think the only condition I want to identify here is the downside possibilities. Any closure below the 21 exponential, then I'm going to start playing it level by level to the downside. And you know what? Fuck this chart. Let's find some real levels here. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. I don't know why I had so many fucking levels up there. Boom, that's all we need. Let's get our extensions. It looks a little bit more accurate, actually. Yeah, that looks better. Yeah, any candle closure below the 21 likely means break of the current support at 166.50 here, and I would look for pullbacks all the way down to the next level here at 158. Although not really convinced that's happening. Yeah, we could be looking at a little bit of a cool down. We do see momentum oscillators again, the all-time high, playing some bearish divergence here, breaking below the exponential and kind of going sideways below the exponential while stochastics re-enters the bullish control zone with a negative slope here. It could suggest a cool down, but again, the most important thing, again, from my perspective, not a financial advisor, I'm not a financial, this is not financial advice, but from my perspective, the most important thing for Pepsi is, do we hold the 21? As long as we hold the 21 exponential here, momentum oscillators can do whatever the fuck they want, and it won't matter. The 21 is my main source of edge here, and as long as price action does remain above the 21 here, I'm going to be looking for pressure to the upside, especially looking at NASDAQ doing what it's doing, huge boom to the upside. If NASDAQ continues onwards and upwards towards new all-time highs, I don't see why PepsiCo would not do the same thing here. And again, not really a violent reaction, and I do believe that bearish divergence has fully played out, so I am going to be looking for continuation currently to 172, but if we break that region here, boy oh boy, I will be looking for that continuation towards the 1.272, again, right around 190. What is stochastics? Yeah, stochastics very strong to the downside, RSI below the exponential and below the bullish control zone here, kind of coiling, but again, on higher low formation, so unless I see something definitive to the downside, my main disposition is price action continuation to the upside for PepsiCo. I like it. Pepsi looks good. Pepsi does look good in my opinion here. What's next? .USD. Polka dot, bad. We could have a macro low. We could easily have a macro low. Fuck this chart. Let's do it again.
Nothing in the world more beautiful than falling in love.
Whatever has the most touch points is what matters. All right, so for this one, you know, kind of the same thing as Bitcoin. Again, this is just evidence. If you're looking at this stream and you haven't been convinced that Bitcoin actually controls the cryptocurrency market, and you look at this chart and you're still not convinced, please get the fuck off my channel. Bitcoin controls the cryptocurrency market. I hate when people fucking argue with me about that shit when they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Oh my god. Clear evidence that Bitcoin controls the market. Yes, we got a candle closure back above the 21 here for this asset. We're gonna have to identify a potential target to the upside, and we have one. If we get a confirmation closure today, again, and only today, above the 21 exponential here, I will look for continuation towards this region, right around $31. Anything above $31 would convince me that this is a reversal style formation with change of behavior confirmed, and I would have no choice but to start looking up towards like $34. And then I would have to start playing with levels higher if we do breach that level as well here. Plenty to talk about. Plenty of levels to talk about, but the first one is, do we confirm a change of behavior? Do we confirm a trade above the 21 is the first and foremost thing, and do we confirm a change of behavior? Likely, if Bitcoin reverses and continues its trend to the upside, .USD likely does the same thing as well, and the same disposition as Bitcoin as well. We could easily see rejection and another lower high before continuation to the current low at 2350. But Momentum Oscillators does not suggest that. New highs on stochastics, I do like that. Out of the bearish control zone once again, I do like that. Not necessarily towards the 50 read just yet, but we're starting to creep up on it a little bit, so we likely have a critical signal as a potential here in the future. RSI, same thing, rounding bottoms, boom, new highs, back above the exponential with a positive slope. Yeah, again, if Bitcoin decides to confirm a macro low and continue above the 21, a lot of the cryptocurrency market likely follows suit here. CRO USD, the only coin currently in existence that's doing whatever the fuck it wants. Yeah, same thing. Back above the 21 exponential with a potential to see a secondary candle closure. Now, this one I do like a lot. This one actually lining up all signals. Boom. Cross of the 50 read. Cross of the exponential. Exponential to a positive slope. Number 1, 2, and 3. Number 3 and 4. Boom. New highs on our stochastics and a breach of the bearish control zone. Critical signals on this one lining up like a motherfucker. And if we do get that secondary candle closure above the 21 here, I would be very much so inclined at looking for continuation to like 69, what does that say? 68 cents. I want to try to round it because there's a lot of numbers. I'd say 68 cents would be the next potential target. And again, if this is to prove to be macro reversal and we take out this region here, we'll have new highs confirmed. Anything above 61 cents here will confirm new highs, and as well as confirm a secondary candle closure above the 21 and across to the 50 read and exponential and a break out of the bearish control zone. All signs say continuation if we get confirmation above the 21 exponential today. Same thing though, if we reject, we likely confirm a lower high and we see price action entry back into the blue box territory with the overall target to the downside still remaining 45 cents. But I like this positive slope on the 21, very, very, very clean price action break of the 21 and a potential clean price action break to new highs. If we get those new highs and a candle closure above the 21, we likely see continuation on CRO. Last one for the night, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for being here. Thanks for supporting the channel. If you're new to the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, tick that little bell. I'm trying to get my shit together, and I'm trying to get back on here every night. I had to be on here tonight because I couldn't, my heart couldn't take missing another stream. So thanks for being here. Thanks for supporting the channel. Let's go ahead and check out Matic USD, and then I am out of here. New fucking all-time highs. Good goddamn. This is the coin right here. Motherfucking Matic is the coin that says, you know what? I don't give a fuck about Bitcoin. I'm going to do what I want. And this one, clearly doing what it wants. New all-time highs confirmed. Clearly above the 21 exponential. Clearly bullish. Stochastics bouncing off that 50 read. Boom. Back into the bullish control zone. I do like that. Currently seeing a little bit of a potential rejection, but closing on new highs for the RSI. It did. Doesn't mean shit. Could easily mean a little bit of a back test to confirm new tentative support above 245. If we see today close above 245, I will look for the next extension target right around $2.90 here for Matic. But we could top out here. Typically speaking, we don't see continuation very long here, right? We usually hit top, come down, top, come down, top, come down. So pulling back into that 21 exponential would not be out of the realm of possibilities here, all the way down to $2.21. But again, momentum oscillators does not suggest that. Macro trend line is still very much intact, and this one is very much bullish in my opinion. And yes, if Bitcoin continues to the upside, this one likely does the same as well. I would imagine that it doesn't really matter what Bitcoin does for Matic, because it's just going to new all-time highs here and confirming support at the breakout point. We actually confirmed new all-time highs on the 21st, 3 days ago, and now seeing yesterday's candle closure. Yeah, I'm convinced of extension here to the one spot 272. Again, $2.90 is going to be my next target to the downside unless we break below the breakout point at $2.43, at which point I would target the 21 exponential. But as far as everything is kind of staged up and lined up, yeah, I'm looking for continuation on this one, guys. And that's going to wrap it up, y'all. Got a 10-day vacation coming up. I do plan on being on for all of next week, right? I want to try to get on at 6 p.m. for you guys. Be there. 6 p.m. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of next week. I am on a 10-day vacation. I want to get on here and provide the stream for you guys. I want to provide the information for you guys. I don't want to miss next week. I want to give myself this weekend to, continue to collect myself psychologically, put myself back together psychologically, and provide a hell of a week for you guys next week. So don't miss it. Tune into Blackfire Technical Analysis. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, tick that little bell. Thanks for being here, and that's going to do it, everybody. Until next time, you already know what it is. Stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, and until next time, peace and happy fucking holidays, you filthy fucking